Why is the show called Into the Loop?
Into the loop! Into the loop!
What 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 is a desert eagle used for?
What?
Big booty bitches.
Into the loop!
Why is the show called Into the Loop? Bitches.
Into the loop!
Booty. Big desert eagle. Bitches. Big desert bitches. Big desert booty. Big desert bitches. Big booty eagle.
Into the loop!
Booty.
Into the loop!
Big desert eagle. Bitches.
Into the loop!
Big desert bitches. Big desert booty. Big desert bitches. Big booty eagle.
Into the loop!
Welcome everyone to Into the Loop, episode 21. I am your host, Nowaru-chan, with my cohort, Rabbit Pixie. How is everyone today?
Call me a cohort? I don't know if that's
I
right.
did I typo with my mouth?
I think you did. Co-host. Then again, R's not even close to S. So, well, I get if you were texting on a phone, maybe. Yeah, this is we're looking to get picked up by NPR. So things are changing. We're getting some professional voices. This is episode 21. I didn't think we'd make it 20 episodes, but while some of these changes may not be inherently apparent to the listener, we are changing things all the time. Try on new logos. We talk about new ideas almost every day, I think.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we're always cooking
I
something
think
up and
I think we're gonna have a really fun logo come out. Maybe I don't know if we can pull it off. I'm not sure how to do it exactly. Um,
yes.
but yeah, we've got spooky streams coming up on the channel as well.
Oh yes, very soon.
Speak
Even some VR.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna do the EGS list. We don't do it every episode. We're trying to do it but we forget. We're dumb. We're really professional, but we're very dumb. So right now is Runbow, which looks like a speedrunners type party game. You remember speedrunners?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
it looks a lot like that, but maybe not as fast and maybe a little more like combat oriented. And there's
Oh really?
DRL, Drone Racing League. This one looks amazing. You ever
It's
seen
beautiful.
you ever seen people drone race in real life?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
That sounds
dude,
incredible.
dude, you gotta look it up. You could YouTube it, man. They like they set up courses through buildings. You have to like fly the thing through the building and barnstorm stuff.
Oh
Like
no way.
oh yeah, they have to like swirl around poles. Like any kind of thing you can think of. Like they can do it because they have 3D space. Um, and then uh that one looks cool. I have both of them. I want to try DRL for sure.
Oh yes, we will definitely try that out.
Now next week is spooky season. Starting on the
Yes.
6th, there's a game called Rising Hell coming out, which is a 2D roguelite platformer where you escape hell. It looks like something similar to like Super Meat Boy, but more fire.
No.
And evil demon dogs and shit, monsters. Then there's Slain Back from Hell, which looks like a Metroidvania type um, thing. I don't know if this is
Yes,
the
it's
same.
actually really good.
Yeah, it's coming out. Both of these are, I think, being released on the 6th. I don't think they're
Hmm.
out yet. Who's the publishers? I kind of look.
I know you can usually find Slain Back from
Okay.
Hell on the Nintendo eShop on sale, like
Oh,
ever since its like launch,
so new to
and it's
EGS.
really good.
It kind of. I could see this being like one of those 2D Dark Soul games, like what was it called?
Salt and Sanctuary
No, not Salt and Sanctuary. Dark Devotion, I think
or
was one
Devotion,
one of them.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous, yeah. Dark Devotion and Blasphemous are the two that come to my mind. Uh,
Blasphemous? Oh man, you can't expect me to not praise Blasphemous for a
th
minute after you bring it up.
this is a little more colorful than Blasphemous. I like the art style a little more. It's very Castlevania cartoony, but it does look like it's gonna be pretty much that kind of shtick.
Yeah, if
Uh,
you look closely in the actual icon for it, he's holding up a like rock on symbol, like the pointer finger and your pinky finger.
yeah, so a little bit of like Metal Hellsinger type shit. Like,
Yeah,
is it gonna be
shut
rock
up,
and roll too? Uh,
man.
yeah, that's what's happening on EGS. Should we do fuck yeah moments?
Absolutely, we should do fuck yeah moments.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. I went first last time, I think, so you go ahead.
I got a new car,
The mark of
my
a
first
true
big
adult.
loan. It's true.
It's,
It's brand new. I
dude,
have put all but 23 miles on the thing.
this is 2023.
It is a
Oh
2023.
my God, I'm so jelly.
Black on black. I love it.
Yeah, it looks really slick from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's an incredible ride too. I have not had to put gas in it since I got it last week on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow, that is impressive.
and I'm still at right under a
Keep
half a tank.
keep that engine clean so
Oh
it'll
yeah.
stay that way. Uh,
I'm loving it. I love driving now. What is your fuck yeah
proud of
moment?
you. Um, so I've recently discovered this thing. It was recommended to me by a friend of mine called lasagnalove.com. And like if you're a little down on your luck, or not to say I'm down on my luck or anything, but I am attempting to reduce the amount of money I pay for food. Um, they are like a charity. They set you up with somebody in your area that literally for free makes you a lasagna and brings it to your house. There you
Incredible.
go. If you got a family, boom, dinner's done that day.
That's
They
incredible.
like texted me a few days early, so it's like didn't come out of nowhere. I knew everything that was going on. It was great. And they even brought me a can of green beans and some cookies. And I was literally saying 2 days before, I think it was to you, somebody, that how much I wanted some cookies. And they brought me cookies. So yeah, that was my fuck yeah moment. It's
That's awesome.
very, very, very heartwarming. So if you want to be like a lasagna donor, or you want to sign up to receive a lasagna love, I'll shill. That it was,
Become
I
a
mean,
lasagna donor today.
it was amazing. It did take a little while though. It took about 2 months maybe to get it all matched up.
Was the lasagna good?
Oh yeah, I still have some. It's really good. It's one of the best lasagnas I've ever eaten.
Incredible.
Yeah, they didn't go too hard on the ricotta. That's important to me. The
That is
ricotta's okay, but it needs to have a strong meat tomato sauce balance between that and the ricotta.
true. It needs to have an actual just meat with it too.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
If anything, a little bit, like a little layer of sausage or some pepperoni. Perfect.
No, no, I prefer ground beef, and that's what's in this one. But that does sound kind of neat. I've never had it that way.
Oh
That
yeah.
and that would actually be really easy to layer with a
Oh yeah.
lasagna. Just put some pepperoni and sausage in there. Get some kielbasa.
Ooh,
Put a
now we're
little
talking.
put a little hot sauce in it. Spicy lasagna.
Man, okay, so I've made this discovery recently. So you're aware of those like pre-made submarine sandwiches you can get at the Walmart deli that come in like a 6-inch or a 12-inch.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Walmart
the spicy
subs.
Italian one, it comes with like a sauce on it. And I've learned that if you take McDonald's sweet and sour sauce and you dip that spicy Italian sub in it, it is possibly the best thing that I have ever eaten in my life.
What
Everything complements itself
the
just so well.
McDonald's sweet and sour you said?
Yes,
Oh, dude.
specifically.
Should we have a hot food take segment?
Yes.
Damn.
Because I am here to defend shepherd's pie with my life.
Dude, shepherd's pie is so good.
I
Like,
literally don't think there is a food better than shepherd's pie.
don't 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 get if you go to a restaurant and you order and you ask about the shepherd's pie, ask them if it has actual lamb in it. If it does not, do not order it. Do not order the beef shepherd's pie. Get
Yes.
get authentic shepherd's pie for sure.
And if
And
it doesn't have carrots, run.
and a nice ale to go with it. A nice
You're in
coffee
the
ale.
presence of a madman.
Hey, listen, in, I grew up in the South, so I was around cooking like literally all day, every day. My grandmother used to make all the holiday candy. She made it from
Oh,
scratch.
dude.
She made all the candy, pe chocolate peanut butter balls, uh, homemade lollipops, like cookies and little vanilla coated wafers. Dude, holidays were spoil time. And my grandfather is just a phenomenal cook. So I know what's good.
Man, I uh I love mutton. It is so good.
Yeah, I had mutton chops at one time when I went to Florida. There's like a Irish pub there in Destin. That was a really good meal.
I Speaking of ribs, I have the World of Warcraft cookbook and I am planning on making the beer-based boar ribs.
You have the Elder Scrolls and
And
World of Warcraft cookbook?
I do. I've successfully made skooma.
Yeah, you told me about the skooma. Was
It
it
was
good?
yeah.
Did it get you fucked up? Did you
Yeah.
see shit?
No.
Oh,
I took a trip to the moon.
hmm. Okay, okay. So you out of bodied.
No, man. It just increases your athletics levels that much.
Oh, you just jumped to the moon. How did you breathe while you were there?
I don't know. It can get hard to kind of it can get kind of hard to see. That's no surprise though.
Um, yeah, I'd like to try the skooma one day. But tell me about the ribs, the beer battered boar ribs. Is that what they
Yeah.
were?
Yeah. It's it's ribs with some like a it's a blend of spices from the cookbook. It's like its own recipe. And of course, you got your own uh whatever barbecue
Is
sauce you want to throw
is
on it.
is and it better be Sweet Baby Ray's
Oh man.
or the one of the John Boy and Billy sauces.
We
I'll preach that all day.
we used to have in our local grocery store a barbecue sauce called Butterfingers, and it
Ooh,
was so good. It was better than Sweet Baby Ray's.
really?
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
interesting.
It was just absolute chef's kiss.
Do you know where to find it?
No,
Wonder.
unfortunately, that grocery store shut down.
Hold on, let's Google.
Butterfingers barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
That would make my dad's day.
Sticky Fingers? That's a
That was a
thing.
good one.
Sticky Fingers is good.
I think that actually might be it. Sticky fingers. That sounds correct, actually.
Oh,
That
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't see a Butterfingers, but there's lots of Sticky Fingers.
sticky fingers is probably it.
Okay, okay. I uh I want to know more about the WoW cookbook, quite honestly. What else is in there?
I can grab it. We can do a live reaction
Sure.
if you want. Okay, give me just one
Yeah.
moment.
All right. I'll tell everyone a story while I'm here. Tom and Linda were leaving for the night. They were going to put their cat outside. but as they were closing the door, the cat ran back in. So Tom went back inside to get the cat. When the taxi arrived, Linda told the driver that he was saying bye to his mom and they'd be ready to leave soon. She told him that so the driver didn't think that there would be nobody home for the rest of the night.
I am back.
And then when Tom returned, he said, I had to hit that bitch a couple times with the hanger to get her out from under the bed, but I finally got her.
What?
I was telling a joke. You want me to retell it?
No. I got my World of Warcraft cookbook for you.
Okay,
On
go
the
ahead.
front page is the famous picture of Moros and the ghosts in Karazhan.
Oh, they're making a feast in
Yes.
Karazhan.
All right.
That's
So
pretty epic.
the first thing we have is ancient Pandaren spices.
Uh, okay.
Looks like cinnamon, fennel, cloves, cardamom, and some others. That sounds like it's going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you throw that on like some bread that you're baking. Boom.
Yeah. Let's hear some entrees.
You want some entrees.
Yeah, I want to know what's for dinner.
What's for dinner? All right. Uh, let's see. You don't want to know about the candied sweet potatoes, the cranberry chutney, crispy bat wings, herb baked
Wait,
eggs,
crispy bat wings?
crispy bat wings.
Tell me what's in that.
Let me find it again here. Okay.
I want to know.
Looks like 2 chicken wings, baking powder, teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of blackberry jelly, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1 teaspoon of sriracha sauce.
It's just crispy chicken wings.
It's crispy chicken wings,
It's,
yeah.
it's wings. Spicy sriracha wings. Okay, is there a crunchy spider surprise?
Crunchy spider surprise.
That's what I need to
Number
know.
15.
No way!
No, no.
Oh,
Give me just a. I'm trying to find my
I
my
thought you were
index
saying it
here.
was number 15.
No. Here we go. Page 117.
No way.
No, not the. Just that's when the entrees start.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Mains: Wintervale roast, tender shovel tusk steak, slow roasted turkey, skewered peanut chicken, savory deviant delight,
Oh,
roasted
hell yeah.
quail, Ogre Law chicken fingers, Iron Forge rations, Gratcho's homemade meat pie, Forest Strider drumsticks, Firecracker salmon, Dirge's kick and chimera chops, Crunchy Spider surprise,
No
beer
way.
basted boar
Tell
ribs.
tell me tell okay, what's in the chimera and the crunchy spider surprise?
All right, Crunchy Spider surprise. From first look, it looks like takoyaki balls actually. So here are the ingredients: 1 egg, separated, about 8 ounces of wonton wrapper, 1 pound crab meat or imitation crab meat, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon, or 1 teaspoon of salt. I am so sorry. Do not, not 1 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon sugar, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, pinch each red and black peppers, and oil for frying.
So it doesn't have spiders in it.
No.
But it has crabs, which I mean kinda have
They're like
they
ocean
have
spiders.
I guess well they have 6 legs though.
It's close enough.
Sure, I'll accept that, but tell me what's close enough to chimera.
All right. Looks like uh 1 tablespoon of red curry paste, 1/4 cup rum or bourbon, half cup chicken broth, 1 pound lamb shoulder chops, 1 teaspoon carmine, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon Aleppo pepper flakes or other red pepper flakes, half teaspoon each nutmeg and cinnamon, pinch of salt, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
So it's just lamb.
Lamb chops, yeah.
Well, I guess the chimera has like a goat head, right? Does that work?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, yeah, kind of.
I am happy though that savory deviant delight is in that. If you eat that, you'll become a ninja.
Yeah, you'd be
For
a ninja.
real. For real.
For
You
real,
like
for real.
like outfit and everything. Like you just
It's
poof.
actually a
No,
taco.
actually a ninja shows up, does a smoke bomb, then puts you into a portable hole and takes your place.
Yeah, like a portable hole that Mickey Mouse would fucking
Uh-huh,
pull out
uh-huh.
his back pocket, throw down on the ground, and jump through.
Yes, exactly like that.
I've also brought over my Elder Scrolls cookbook if you wanted to know anything about that.
I don't really know many Elder Scrolls recipes. Skooma is the only thing that I'm really super aware of, but I do know a lot of World of Warcraft recipes. So I wanted to know what was in the crunchy spider surprise.
They use crab.
Get,
Confirmed.
get well, of course, there's no way they're gonna put spiders in it. I mean, you can maybe get away with that in like another country. I'm
Maybe.
sure somebody boils spiders somewhere. They eat
Man,
snakes
they do eat snakes.
and monkey brains.
Oh no!
Yeah, for real.
For real, for real.
Yeah, some people do.
So, we didn't discuss a top 5 this week, did we?
Oh, oh man, we didn't talk about one. I mean, I was thinking about one, but I forgot what it was, and I didn't tell you what it was.
Alright, then we're gonna have our first ever on the fly top 5.
We want it. We've been playing a lot of WoW. You gonna
Do
do
you want to do top 5 WoW zones?
sure?
Alright,
God, oh God, there's so many. Oh no! You
I
got
know mine.
you know? Oh really? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay, number 1, my favorite WoW zone is Deep Home.
Okay, not bad.
I love Deep Home. Man, Stonecore, my favorite dungeon.
Oh
I cannot
really?
tell you how many times I've done that
I I
dungeon.
I don't like Stonecore at all.
I love Stonecore.
It's too long.
And I have very fond memories of leveling through the Earthern Dwarf area. You know, that quest line where you have to go and rescue the king by
Hmm.
doing all the battlefield quests with all the trogs.
Yeah, that was a good question.
You got that
No,
badass
I I
axe.
love that zone. Like
Yes,
you
I
literally see where Deathwing has been sleeping this
yeah,
whole time. That's freaking incredible.
it's yeah, there is no other word other than
That's
incredible for
awesome.
that zone. It's also one of the only one of the last zones at least that Blizzard designed that you required a flying mount to get through
Hmm.
and turned it into a much more interesting zone
Hmm.
doing that.
Yeah.
Because now all they do is they the way they think about it is we have we have to be able to make everything accessible from the ground and flying.
I think it is doable from the ground, but
Uh
but it takes a lot longer.
oh man, I don't even want to know if
I
it is.
I I've done it from the ground. I'm pretty sure.
That's rough.
Unless they
That
like
is
give
very
you the
rough.
flying thing, I don't know. Well, there's flight paths that take you to different spots, and you might have to climb a couple ledges. But yeah,
That's true.
it's pretty doable. But it does suck.
Yeah. Number 2, Storm Peaks. I love the Storm Peaks. I am so
Good one.
happy that they are in Wrath and we get to do that in Wrath Classic. Because my favorite quest
Uh-huh.
in the game is the quest where you're flying around and jumping from Proto Drake to Proto Drake outside
Oh,
of Thorin's
yeah,
throne, you know,
yeah.
and you're using that hook, and then you just
Mhm.
go from dragon to dragon in mounted
It
combat.
it definitely has that. I remember you in the mountains. That
In the
that that that
mountains.
that's such a good meme.
Yes,
Such a good meme.
man, and it's directly linked to the best raid WoW's ever put out, Ulduar.
Ooh, I don't agree with that.
You might not agree with it, but it's true. It had everything. including optional hard modes, optional secret boss,
That is
and
cool.
a legendary.
Yeah,
You can't beat
legendary
it.
is cool.
And not only that, but tier 8, which is the I believe there are no, it's not tier 8. What is it? Tier 10? Tier 9?
I don't.
8?
Uh, it's um,
The Ulduar
it's
sets for
it's
every class
yeah,
are the
it's
best.
yeah, they look pretty cool. It's whatever tiers after next Ramus. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um yeah,
is that
I
is that four, five?
that was 2.
Oh, oh yeah, you only said two. Keep going, keep going.
Number 3, Ice Crown.
Okay,
I
okay.
love Ice Crown. The gunships with Thessarian and Koltira. I love those characters so
Mm-hmm.
much. I've always been a Death Knight main, except
Coltira,
for when I wasn't.
Coltira Deathweaver is a Giga Chad, 100%.
Absolutely. Thessarian too.
Yes, Thessarian's pretty dope.
Not only that, but it has the Argent tournament grounds. Let's fucking go.
That is one of the most exciting parts of that game. That was such a fun raid.
Um, yeah, a lot of people don't remember it fondly for some reason
That's so
because,
weird.
like, I know, like, it it didn't have,
It's
you
simple, it's
know,
quick, it has different bosses that rotate. Like, what else do you want from a raid?
yeah, it's. I know the armor sets were really, really weak. They really were.
Well, they were
And no one's
catch-up
denying that.
sets,
Exactly.
so
It was a catch-up raid. It was
yeah,
we've got to prepare everyone for the finale.
yeah,
It is what it is on that aspect, but man, Argent Tournament, even the dailies, so much fun.
yeah.
TOC, so much fun. TOGC, so much fun.
hmm
And
Definitely.
if you got one of the the mount at the end, if you did a tribute to whatever it is, immortality, insanity,
hmm
um basically you're just a god. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
In the 5-man, you get to literally fight the Black Knight.
Yeah, the
So
Black
cool.
Knight. It is incredible. And he drops some of the coolest gear in the game.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
But another point I have for Ice Crown is that it has the 3.3 dungeons. So a Forge of Souls, Pit of Saren, Halls of Reflection.
hmm
Pit of Saren is my like second favorite dungeon in the game for sure.
hmm
Tyrannical Behavior
Pit
is
Pit of
my
Sar
signature
Pit of
weapon.
Saren's the one where there's just like this big like chasm that you have to fight through, right?
Uh, the chasms in the middle, most
Yeah.
people go around it.
Right, right. Yeah, you can go around. Yeah. Uh, I hated that one.
Yeah, I love that
It
one. I love all three of those dungeons.
it is well, it's really frustrating as a tank because the DPS will just continuously pull things
That's true.
but
That's every
just
dungeon
on
though.
accident. Right, but there's so many mobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even a
that's true.
paladin, using Holy Wrath is difficult.
That's true. Number oh sorry, that was my
You were
number
talking about
3.
raids.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Number 4. Number 4 is Uldum. Do
That
you care for
was
Uldum?
that was the Cataclysm one, right?
Yeah, it was
Or are you
the
talking
Indiana
about
Jones one.
the Battle for Azeroth version?
No, I do like that one though. When it gets put in the Nazoth Assault, I
hmm
do enjoy that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We had a lot of fun doing those dungeons and
hmm
not dungeons. I'm sorry, uh, dailies and all that
hmm
kind of stuff. That was a bright
We
time.
we were grinding.
Yeah, we were pretty good back then too.
We're better now.
That's true.
Way better.
Ascension has trained us. Playing World of Warcraft Ascension and getting to a decent like state in that game will that's basically training in the hyperbolic time chamber for World of Warcraft retail.
Well, it teaches you like so much because like if you play a class in WoW and you just love that class and you want to stick to it, you don't really learn much about the other classes.
Exactly.
But with
Hmm.
Ascension, you kind of learn tricks that everybody can do. So, uh, yeah, it's pretty cool. Learn
Yeah.
how to counter those tricks.
But some things about Oldham that I really like. It has that camel hoarder title and secret mount.
Oh, I didn't
Um
know this.
yeah, so every so often around the river that goes through, the Viernal, it's there's a little camel figurine that can spawn through there, and it's a rare spawn on a rare spawn, just like the Time Lost Proto Drake.
Hmm.
But you just click that little figurine if you see it, and then you have a chance to go to a little fight with a dude called the Camel Hoarder. And if you kill him, he drops his mount, and you get a title.
Well, shit.
Yeah,
I Is that still in the game?
yeah,
Oh
it
shit,
is.
man. I'll have to go play that at some point.
Yeah.
I can install retail anytime, I think.
Same. Not that I want to.
Right. Wait for Dragonflight.
November 28th,
100%.
Dragonflight.
If even pick it up that at that point in time.
True.
Uh, okay. Last one.
So Oldham, uh, another thing Oldham's got is the raid and dungeon in the sky. Those I like those. They have mountaintops.
Yes. That was cool. This
Number
the
five,
Yeah.
number five. I bet you thought it was gonna be Grizzly Hills.
I honestly don't know what to expect.
It's the Jade Forest.
Ooh, good pick, good pick.
Yeah, there's one of my favorite roleplay spots on Warm Rest Accord is when you go to the Drunken Hosen in the Jade Forest.
Yes. Yes, the
It's
Hosen Quest. What
y-
is it that they say? Grook?
ook.
Ook dukum, Ookum in their dukers. That's what they say.
Yeah, ook 'em in their duker. That's what they
Yes.
say.
I can guess what that means.
Yeah. I love that place. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got the Order of the Cloud Serpents. You get to raise your own Cloud Serpent from baby to rideable mount.
Hmm.
Um, it's got a couple of things in there that are pretty cool, like the dungeon. Even though it's kind of a forgettable dungeon,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I like it less than the other four, but it's still up there for sure. I like the entrance too. When you're on the helicopter and you're doing like bombing runs and strafing runs, love it.
Yes. Yes, those kind of missions are very cool.
Very good
Well,
introduction.
I mean, you got to put the war in Warcraft. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
That's the
true.
most critical part. I
It's
should feel
literally
like
in the
I'm
name.
at war. That's the game. Make me craft war, and I will feel satisfied with World of Warcraft.
Hell yeah.
I remember an Athene video where him and Furious uh put out a big they were on like one of the biggest PvP servers in Europe, if not the biggest. They put out they were just like, "Hey, we're going to show up outside Orgrimmar and anybody that wants to come out and fight us will fight you." And they brought like hundreds of people. There were several different raid groups and they crashed the server. And Furious was just like, "Look at that, man. World of Warcraft don't support the Warcraft." And this was like, I think this was in Cataclysm. World of
That
Warcraft doesn't support the Warcraft.
that is incredible. I
I
mean,
don't think it does at this point either.
if you did that in today's Warcraft, you get banned.
Oh yeah, they'd report you for harassment,
Oh yeah.
100%. But I mean,
Yep.
they are outside enemy territory, so the enemies don't have to fight. But they
That's
did. They
true.
did though. They showed up and they got their asses handed to them, which is really funny. Um,
Man. All right, give me yours.
okay, I'm just gonna go through some different expansions here. So starting with Outland, Netherstorm,
Really, I am not a
Netherstorm.
Netherstorm
S-
fan.
Well, speaking of zones that are cooler when you can fly, right?
Yeah, true.
Netherstorm is amazing. There's so many little things you can find by flying to them. And being a blacksmith, growing up as a blacksmith, that's where you go to get the stuff. Netherstorm has the stuff.
Hell yeah.
So, Netherstorm, I loved it. Uh, had, I mean, it's the Kael'thas raid, Tempest Keep.
True.
Everybody loves
Big
that
true.
raid.
Ashes of Alar.
The the only other one I would say besides that is Alaquel Danos. Guess what? Kael'thas.
True.
Um, Lich King. What do you think I'm gonna say?
Grizzly Hills.
No. Sholazar Basin.
Nice.
Again,
Good one.
also motivated by blacksmithing. It's a great place to farm if you can't get to the PvP zone.
Hell yeah.
Um, and it's like Unguro but better.
It is a
Unguro's
better Unguro.
Unguro's I love Unguro Crater, but it is a bit hard to move through because it's just mobs painting the fucking floor. You know,
Yeah.
Sholazar, you have a little more room to breathe. You got these rivers that split up everything. You can follow the rivers, typically safe. And there's a safe hub right in the middle. It's just a better zone.
Not only that, but it has the green Proto Drake.
Yes, yes. And there are some really cool quests that talk about the Titans. And
Yeah, that's when it started.
that's what makes Ulduar so cool is that one Titan quest you get from Ronan where he's like, "Oh, you've got to go kill this guy because he's going to signal to the Titans that we fucked up, and if we don't kill him, then the Titans are going to come obliterate us or something like that." So
Yeah.
we kill the messenger Titan. He was sent here to watch us. So we kill his ass, and then we go and put out our own signal.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, but
Yep.
cool. So
The
yeah, Sholazar Basin. Okay, okay. Now we're moving to Cataclysm. You want to guess Cataclysm?
Yeah, I'll guess Cataclysms.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say Vashj'ir.
Yes. The the mere concept that I'm trapped underwater and I mean I can breathe, but I'm stranded here. My boat is done for. I have to figure a way to get out of this haunted ocean full of Naga that hate me because I'm a blood elf, you know?
Yeah.
And getting that seahorse mount and just going through the water, so much fun. My Little
Oh
Mermaid
man.
fantasies were complete.
It's
The
true.
little paladin mermaid.
Not only that, but Vashj'ir had 3 zones to it.
Yeah, it had three big chunks. It was just massive. That's another thing I loved about it. And there's these big titanic fish that are swimming around the outside of the zone and above you, and you could fight them, but it's a terrible idea to.
Yeah,
You pretty
you
much
had the
just
whale
avoid
shark.
them. Yeah, the whale shark. Just so many cool things
There
in
was
that
also
zone.
a secret there. The biggest like creature in the game was like a little hidden like scary squid that was hidden at the bottom of the map, and it was like scarily huge.
Yeah, that's I think that was like supposed to be N'Zoth or something pointing to an old god. I think it was a tease.
Yeah.
That yeah, the big that's what I'm talking about, that big octopus. There's another one that you see in Battle for Azeroth.
Oh
If you
yeah, I
go
don't.
yeah, if you go up off the coast of what's that? northern desert zone with the snakes.
Voldoon.
Yeah, Vol'dun, which snakes should be playable race, 100%.
Agree.
What are you waiting for? Like, what? Literally, we don't give a shit if the armor has trouble with the animations. You can figure that out later. Just don't give
Yeah.
them bottom half. Done. Done.
Yeah. You look at what you did with Mecha Gnomes.
Well, I mean,
They can transmog like 2 pieces.
we're gonna transmog anyway, so just give like racial transmogs like blood elves have. How many blood
Yeah.
elves are still walking around? The dwarves, dude, the dwarf set, amazing. Just get the Sethralist racial, make a few of them. You know,
Hmm.
one for each class. People will probably stick to it. You can figure out everything else later.
Agree.
Blizzard, pay us to be here. Uh, so moving on from Bajir. We're on Miss now?
Yes.
Okay. Miss of Pandaria, definitely Valley of the Four Winds.
Valley of the Four Winds. Is that the one with the farm?
Yes, yes, it's just this big, vast plain of peace, and you're cleaning up, helping these farmers out, cleaning up all the bad guys, and just basically saving the world from the ground up. It is the most humble, peaceful zone that exists, I think. And a lot of context has to deal, for me is, at the time I first played it, like I really needed that Zen area, and they definitely nailed it with that zone.
Yeah.
It's just it is good. If you haven't,
I'm
if you never quested there, go quest there for real. This goes to the audience. If you're gonna play
I
Miss of Pandaria, go to that zone.
I'm not a big Valley fan, but I know where it has its strengths, and that farm is definitely a big one. That's a huge,
Yeah.
awesome part of the game.
Yeah, it's like a
Um,
little mini game to distract you from the regular game.
mhm.
You're just, and I know I did preach about putting the Warcraft in World of Warcraft, but this is different.
Yeah,
This is you do go to war, but only after you find this totally zen piece of entertainment where you're just like, I mean, the dungeon is a brewery. You just go in a brewery. It's so fun, and
yeah,
and it's so comical. And then after you get used to that, then all hell breaks loose. It's actually, I think that zone is when the Horde and Alliance like actually like set off the fireworks that set forth the rest of the events of the game when they break the Jade Serpent or whatever that thing is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to come alive or something and they break it because they won't stop fighting.
Mm,
Yeah, dude, it's just so good. Good storytelling there.
I agree.
Um, so what is that? 4? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna say my last one. I'm actually gonna skip Legion.
Oh, yeah?
While while there were some great Legion zones, I can't say any of them are in top 5.
Or WAD. What about
Oh,
WAD?
no. No. Shadow Moon Valley is the only one that's even worth speaking of. Yeah, no. We're throwing that wad out. Okay. But Legion, I don't really have. Actually, no. The one I'm gonna say is from Legion. For some reason I thought it was from Battle for Azeroth. This is a Legion zone. Uh, it's not the one you're thinking of. Suramar.
Okay. I
Hands
kind of.
hands down one of the best zones of all time, and you get the coolest reward for completing the quest chain, which is you get to play as another race.
Yeah.
So cool. And it's a cityscape. Why don't we have more zones like this where you're in a city and just bad shit's happening constantly?
Yeah. That is the coolest part about it.
Why
Like,
is this not Silver Moon currently?
yeah. I mean,
Why aren't
I
there
think the
gangs
best
roving the
fantasy.
streets of Stormwind?
That's the best fantasy, honestly, is being able to go to a giant like medieval city
Hmm.
and have these kind of events. Imagine if after you finish the quest line, Suramar just opened up as a regular ass city.
Yeah,
There's no like demons there. Like
that
imagine
that
that.
would even
You
be
could
even
go there to
better.
role play. It
Hmm.
could serve as just a functional major city.
I've role
It's
played there quite a few times.
it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
almost every house is able you're able to go into it.
Hmm.
Everything serves at least some kind of purpose. The teleporters
You
in the main buildings are cool.
you also have to hide and uh like be stealthy around the guards, like jump in barrels and stuff.
Foxmount.
Fox mount, yes, awesome.
Also the one of the better raids of that expansion, I'd
Yes.
say, Nighthold.
Oh my
Incredible.
God.
The Gul'dan
Yes.
mount is so good.
Imagine Gul'dan being the final boss of
Gul'Daniel.
of an ancient Night Elf cities raid.
And Illidan's shadow and gets brought back.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not prepared. Yeah, I love Suramar. I like that. Why are the like you're telling me in Stormwind you have a gang of bandits that roam your lands, but they never come in the city? No
Yeah.
way. Especially at this point in the game when there's no soldiers left. Literally
True.
only the heroes are still alive.
True.
We
Because everyone killed each other in the Fourth War.
Yeah, Anduin talked about it. He was sending the boats in that one cinematic, and he said, That's it. That's all of them. Those are the last soldiers we have. Send them
Yeah,
off to war." So yeah, like crime in the big city should just be going rampant. Actually, just make them unsafe from now on. You
that
know,
would be cool.
make people have to go. You can even. I mean, Dalaran had the underbelly. There's tons of stuff. Magical crime? Are you kidding me? Somebody teleports into Ronan's private sanctum and steals some powerful shit from him? Like that would be some dope mystery stuff to like have to track that guy down.
I agree.
What wizard would be bold enough?
Khadgar. Knowledge is
C-
power.
Civil war between Khadgar and Ronan? What side does Jaina pick?
Jaina picks Khadgar.
I think they did it really well in Battle for Azeroth as well when you're in Dazara lore and there's a safe area, but there are some, not as much as I would like, things that are fightable. Uh,
Yeah.
there's little gangs that you have to break up. Same thing with the uh, what is that place called? The Proudmoore place.
Ultiris.
Kultiris, yeah, the Kultiris
Borealis.
Islands. Yes, yes, Borealis was cool. It had some piracy type stuff. Like that's why in a world of Warcraft are the players the only ones going to find the fight? The fight
That's
should come
true.
to us.
That's true.
I think that's the state that World of Warcraft's in. The
We're
fight,
already we are the victors. We need to be made to feel like the victors of all the achievements that we've come for. You know? Why does nobody look at us with like admiration, you know? We killed a titan. We've
yeah,
destroyed the the jailer. Like we beat the aspect of death. What is wh- why are these people just so against recognizing us?
yeah. Like you're right. You're right. Like we are the heroes. We saved everyone. From the Lich King.
Mhm.
Like he was the biggest threat on the planet at that point in time, and pretty much since the game started in vanilla. Like we were like, what's gonna happen with the Scourge? The Lich King is just sitting there,
Yeah.
and like when it happened, it was great. The fight did come to us. There's the infection thing, and which we all know that history getting studied
Yeah.
as a pandemic study. Like there was that was bringing the fight to us. I don't know what enemies we'll be facing in Dragonflight, but I have a feeling that quite a few people in the Black Dragonflight, possibly some of the other flights, are not going to be happy with each other. The Black Dragonflight has traditionally been a menace. Maybe they
That's
just like,
true.
I mean, Cataclysm was amazing because you had Deathwing showing up and killing you instantly, no matter where you were.
Yeah,
What you're picking your faction or of dragon, whatever color you want to align with. The other ones are invading. They're doing like airstrikes on you every day. That's a good idea.
yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
why have the flying thing if we're not going to be flying around chasing bad guys or something? Dra- Dragon mounted dogfighting.
oh man, it could be so cool.
I mean, Star Wars, The Old Republic, they made a dogfighting minigame. It ain't great, but it's better than nothing.
That's true.
I think WoW could do it with the way they experiment with vehicles and stuff. I think they could do it.
I think there's no excuse that they haven't tried.
Yeah. Why else make flying such a big deal if you're not going to be diving and dodging shit? Is it I can just dive just because? Like it gets me to the ground faster? Is that the only reason to do it?
I know it builds momentum, it gains you speed,
Why do I need speed?
but
I have a 310% flying mount.
I mean,
Is it going to be faster
good.
than that?
I think so, actually. I think it
Okay.
gets you pretty quick.
But still, what's the point in having all that speed?
I mean, obviously to get to point A and B faster, but
I think there are better ways to use that ability to maneuver. And
yeah,
the evolution of I mean, what you said your favorite quest in your favorite zone was jumping from the backs from one
dragon to
dragon to
dragon,
dragon. It writes itself.
it
World of
does.
Warcraft has needed an increased maneuverability factor for a long time, and this is it, and they could use it in exciting ways. You're not just taxiing from one cliff to another. You're actually
Exactly.
there's fucking dragons shooting fire at you.
I mean, it's like Century, Age of Ashes. You remember that game?
I've never played it.
I showed it to you a couple of times. It's the one where
Mm.
you fly on the back of the dragon and it's actual dragon
Yes,
dogfighting.
yes. Well, I mean,
Man,
World of Warcraft they bite off everything anyway. Might as well take a page out of their book.
and that game does it so correctly. It is so underrated.
Blizzard, pay us to be here.
I uh I have high hopes for Dragonflight. I really do.
Well, look at it this way. We've already seen vehicles that we can pilot that are airborne, that shoot projectiles in straight lines or other ways.
Mhm.
What? Just give that to your mounted dragon, and now you can just do that. You can just fight people. Yeah, oh,
Right.
look, here comes some alliance. Let's get on our dragons and just shoot them out of the sky. Come on. It would reinvigorate PvP. It
Yeah?
it would it would reinvigorate PvE. Everything like you, every couple hours, here come the Black Dragonflight. They're bombing us again, and literally the whole hub or whatever city you're in that it's happening at, you got to scramble. Like people are jumping on their mounts to get out there and fight. And that also gives the other faction incentive to go to those areas at that time and start raids.
Yeah, and to if they participate with their faction's raid, maybe, you'll get some extra honor points or, maybe you'll get like an item that upgrades your PvP's item level
I don't
set
even
item
know
level.
how to design games, and I can tell you that this just writes itself. And it wouldn't
Yeah,
be that hard to do, even if it wasn't even like super perfect or great. Like if it was just kind of good, it would change everything.
it would. and then they would refine upon it because, I mean,
Yes.
once they pick something up, they don't let it go. You saw how Thunder Forging went.
What what about what about glyphs?
Oh, never mind.
I mean, they didn't let them go technically.
That's
They're
true,
still
but
around.
they gutted them.
Yeah, they're cosmetic now.
Watlet
Well,
glyphs
they
are
kind of did
so
that.
much better.
They kind of did that to all professions, just made them all cosmetic.
That's true.
You know,
I mean,
there's really not anything, like for inscription. You can make the crane staff or whatever. Like nobody's gonna actually wield that. They're just gonna mog it.
right.
You know.
I mean, like,
Which I mean, that's not. There's nothing wrong with professions being basically mog fodder. I think the mod. I mean, transmogging is an example of what you're talking about. That changed everything.
yeah, it did.
It changed the market for every single item that exists.
It also incentivized people to go back and do old raids and
Hmm.
things that they just wouldn't do before.
Collectors. Can you imagine Dora the Explorer having explored every zone and completed every quest in the entire game, and then suddenly, oh, I can go back and collect all these outfits now? That's perfect.
Oh man.
Same thing. All you gotta do is just make it kinda good, and it'll it'll just go.
And Dora the Explorer.
We talk about World of Warcraft a lot.
We really do, but I mean, it's such a good
We
game.
are experts.
Yes, we are World of
Oh,
Warcraft
I should tell my
professionals.
story.
Yeah, tell the story.
So I didn't quite start in vanilla, but basically I started like right around the beginning of the Burning Crusade.
Yeah,
Probably just a few months in. Um, I didn't know anything about raiding, so I don't know what raids were out at the time, but I started as a paladin, and that was the first character I ever leveled to max level in TBC.
nice.
And I've been playing paladin ever since Legion when I started maining Demon Hunter. But I still play paladin all the time. I play
Right,
I when we played Ascension, I always pick paladin stuff because I
right.
just love I hybrid it with something like I did like the flaming whatever.
Righteous Flames
Yeah,
Paladin.
where I had some fire spells. That was cool. So I mean, I've been playing what was it, 15 years since Burning Crusade, something like that.
Man,
It
something
over
like that.
over a decade. I've been playing Paladin, and I've played the vanilla version all the way up through Wrath of the Lich King, where I was raiding heroic 10 man and regular 25 man weekly.
Yeah,
I played it through all the New World. I'm playing a Paladin again in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. And we go to do this dungeon. We get this other paladin. We go to do Black Fathom Deeps. We go to the place. We summon everybody. We typically do that. We just make it easy for people.
right.
We summon everyone. The last one was another paladin. He was a ret paladin. He gets there. He mounts up and just starts riding away. So I don't. I'm thinking, oh, he doesn't know what direction it is. So I'm like, hey, dude, you're going the wrong way. The dungeon's over this way. And then he says, I'm trying to get the flat path. I was like, oh, okay. Now, first, it kind of miffed me a little bit because that's a little disrespectful. You could get it after the dungeon is over.
Right.
Then, then he did the most audacious thing. He said, "Hey, will you guys summon me back?"
No, we're already in the dungeon.
What are you talking about? Summon you back? We summoned you once and you left.
We
What are you?
were already in the dungeon too. Or like
So
right there at the
I
door.
was like, no, dude, you're gonna have to come walk back. We're already going inside the dungeon. So he was already ticked at me for the remainder of this dungeon, and there ended up not being a connection, but there's a character named something Canada or something about Canada, or they were in a
They
guild
were in a guild.
called Canada, and they had a funny name that reminded me of Letterkenny. So I was like, hey, have you ever seen Letterkenny? And they're like, yes, I have. How'd you know that? I was like, well, I kind of picked it up from your name. And they're like, well, that actually doesn't have anything to do with it. I was like, well, you can still tell a lot from a name. It's definitely subconscious or whatever. I don't know. Now,
Right.
let me remind you, the paladin, that was the rogue. The paladin's name is Hopeless with one
Yes.
S. So we're in the dungeon, and for some reason, this guy just has it out for me now. Um,
Yeah.
at
He's
first,
like literally taunting mobs off of you.
yeah,
Like,
at first I thought, he was just bantering in chat, so, obviously I'm gonna banter back. And then the other players were like, "Hey, you guys need to cut it out." So I was like, "All right, cool." And then he started taunting things off of me and telling me how bad I am at the game. So I was like, "Dude, I can't hold aggro because you're taunting." He's like, "You're just terrible at the game," and I'm just like, "Well, I told him I was a woman."
yeah.
He goes, and then he says, "That explains it." I was like, "Oh, tell me how me being a woman explains me being bad at the game. I want to hear this part." He's like, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. It's like, no, no, seriously. Like, maybe it's something that I can take away from my womanhood skill set, or maybe something I can add to it. What is it about me being a woman that I'm inherently bad at this game so I can improve, Oh, yeah, won't say it, won't say it. So he kind of put his foot in his mouth on that one. And I mean, you witnessed the whole thing. He just kept pulling
Yes.
off me
It's
and
true.
causing chaos. Like he was using righteous defense on me, which all paladins get it. You don't have to be a tank. So he's using righteous defense on me, so things are just running off of me into him, and then from there he's not holding their aggro, so they're pulling onto you and onto the healer,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to taunt them all off individual targets, and I can't do that because I only have one taunt.
Right.
Now, if all three were on one guy, I could righteous defense. So I'm at the point where I'm like, hey man, please stop pulling ahead, stop pulling the mobs off me. And he's just keeps calling me bad, insulting me, and I'm just like, bro, for real. And it got to the point where it was just time to kick him.
Right.
And this is when I knew that he had some venom in his veins, because we kicked him, and when you kick someone out of a dungeon at 2 minutes and then they teleport away, instead of just hearthing and leaving, he sat there the whole 2 minutes and taunted me for 2 straight minutes. That's how salty he was.
I'd already reported him for misogyny, so I couldn't see anything was saying after that. But even the healer in the group chat was like, you don't even want to see it. He's just being a piece of shit.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I saw what I don't care. He was obviously just he kept calling me a newbie. I was like, dude, I've been playing Paladin for 15 years. He told me to read some guides.
yeah. He
First, first one, how to play the game. I was like, okay, dude, whatever, fuck off. So we kicked him out. He taunted me for 2 straight minutes. We just kept going, and then uh, I put the nail in his coffin. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, but I did retaliate a little bit after he's poured it out of the dungeon. I sent him a whisper and I said, "You really can tell a lot from a name." Oh
it
yeah,
was so
he
good.
he also he's like, "Oh, I could tell you're a woman by the name Pixie." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I
Incredible.
was like, "Yeah, you can tell a lot from a name, Hopeless." Couldn't even spell it right, and then I put him on ignore and just finished the dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah. That was an incredible story. I didn't even really try to troll him.
No,
Like I
that
was
was just
honestly
what
just trying
happened.
to,
All we did was try and do the dungeon. But
yeah.
of course we weren't gonna, you know, not, banter back a little bit.
Right.
I ended up ninjaing his direct upgrade for an axe.
That's true. You did do that. Yeah. All
But
right.
that was after he got poisonous. So,
Mm-hmm. Right.
but yeah, I mean, it's getting to be about that time. Is
Yeah.
there any other things you want to maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, add?
I tried to ask you this yesterday, but I forgot. Is it okay if I ask you now before we
Yeah.
end? Okay. Why is this show called Into the Loop?